Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. To those of you that's watching the replay, I hope that you have an amazing day. I'm going to have an amazing day. Thank the Lord for another day, right? Yeah. So I'm just sitting up here finna put my eyelashes on, getting ready for work. That's what school. That's what I'm doing. Ooh, that's what I'm doing. Getting ready for school. So yeah, child, I ain't feel like getting up this morning. I told myself that I was going to get up an hour earlier than what I normally get up. That way I can, have more time to maybe get some breakfast or, just wake up even more or wake up an hour earlier just to watch a YouTube video or, something that I normally do to wake myself up, you know. So I just when I get up, I give myself enough time to just get up and get dressed, but I never really give myself time. Good morning, Tracy and Keish, but I never really give myself enough. Well, I give myself enough time to get up, get a shower, get dressed. That's it. Never really give myself enough time to just be around the house a little bit and or eat something or something like that if I need to. So it didn't happen today. But anywho, so have y'all been the type that you get up early and like basically just for work? I don't like do y'all yeah. Like do y'all get up and get dressed and go to work and be super early? Like be sitting there about a whole hour waiting. Yep, yep, yep. I'm trying to get like that. I need to get like that. Cause you know what? All my life when I used to work. Hey LSP Sharon and Quetta and Miss B and what's up y'all? So all my life I always never really went to school or work early, right? We ain't gonna say school for child. I ain't never been to school for to now. So went to work early. Never. I got to see if they have a funny fact, y'all. School is great, okay? School is great. But I got to see if they have an audio book for like audio or some kind of I gotta search. I searched YouTube but I didn't really find nothing for the one that I got. So I don't know if they sell it like on Amazon or something or like a download or something somewhere, for my book. So I got this book here. But I don't know. I need me a audio or something because I be getting sleepy. Do y'all read and get sleepy? Do y'all read and get sleepy? I get sleepy. So I need me something that ain't gonna make me sleepy. Ooh, that's gonna help me. I ain't gonna say not make me sleepy, but that's gonna help me. And let me see. I was watching this video yesterday, and I was really inspired. You love to read, girl. I do not. That's like one thing I don't like to do. I hate it. I ain't gonna say I hate it, but girl, I can think of many things to do when I'm reading. Okay, when I'm reading, I just be. You don't like to read it up? Me neither. So it ain't just me, right? It ain't just me. I'm telling you, cause baby, when I tell you, honey, I could think of going fishing, cleaning, cooking, napping, somebody I could be watching. So I gotta try to get my little focus on. Maybe I just need to like try reading with me some peaceful chop. I have some peaceful sounds going. I just thought about that thing. I'm talking about something read with some peaceful sounds. Child, please, I read with some peaceful sounds. I'm gonna be asleep for real. I gotta find a way to try to get this knowledge up in me, y'all. I gotta find a way to get it up in me. But I'm gonna get it in me. I'm gonna get it in me. Watching and chatting from Philly. Okay, then what's up, Miss Sharon from Philly? I can go for me a Philly cheesesteak now with me some peppers and onions on them. But anyway, and some bacon. I want some bacon on there too. But relax, read and relax. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It relaxed me so good to where I be getting sleepy. So it's been some years since I've been in school, and even when I was in school, I wasn't even focused like that. I just never been that type. Might be a little um I don't know what I am, child. I ain't finna put no claim on it. But yeah. Dang. But yeah, so I gotta do something. I gotta figure it out. But I'm gonna get it in me. I'm gonna get it in me. And then this a big old book too. But you know how when you be studying for something, sometimes what you be studying for, none of it really be on the test. That's just like when I had took my GED, y'all. By the grace, I know it wasn't nobody but the grace. My nose feel a little sore. I'm finna put me some stuff on them. But by the grace of God, by the grace of God, I passed that test, and I passed it with some pretty high scores. But when I tell you I ain't did nothing but mark something, listen, I gotta go to school. Yeah, I like stuff that read to me too. Like I know I like stuff that reads to me, but I need to get out of there. I think so. Yeah, I gotta get out of there. I'm excited though. I'm excited for myself. I actually, I actually love it. I actually love it. I think I'm gonna be, man. I think that I'm gonna be a bomb ass nail tech. I think I'm gonna be good. I think I'm gonna be good with the pedicures and stuff. I think I'm gonna be good. Oh, before I started this, I used to always say that I want to be the best out here. I want to be the best, like at least one of the best. If I ain't the top, at least let me be like one of the best. Yeah, I think I want to be one of the best, and I think I am going to be that. I think that I'm going to be able to service and help a lot of people. Yes. And I had put myself to the test, like I just wanted to see what it would be like, how good I can do, doing grandma feet and stuff. And I did a good job, even though I did basically like a dry version of a pedicure. I did a good job. Okay. How long do I have to go? I have to go. How much more longer I got? A long way. A long way. Shit. A long way. But I like it though, because it's laid back. It's laid back and there's nothing like, ain't no stress. Ain't no stress on me. I was doing my grandma feet. I was doing grandma feet. But yeah, they turned out real good. I was proud. But I still give God his praise because he did this. I know he did this, y'all. I know he did this. And when y'all get this help, I think I'm gonna wait till I graduate to give my full testimony. Because it's a testimony behind this. So I think I'm gonna wait till I graduate to give it to y'all. I think that I'm gonna make that promise to myself because I be want to tell y'all, but sometimes it don't be time to tell stuff, and you just got a whole lot, and so I gotta be obedient and hold out. That's what you call waiting on God to really show up and show out because I think he done showed up and showed out. I think he done showed up and showed out Now, so if he done showed up and showed out, now just imagine what he really gonna do with me putting in my work, being consistent, staying true to myself, doing what I said that I want to do. And in the end, baby, it's gonna be a beautiful thing for real. Just let me be able to just get my let me just get my let me just get my license. Let me get them license. Oh, it's on. It's gonna be hell on wheels, y'all. I'm just saying. So I'm doing something that I can't back out of, and that's a good thing. Because sometimes like I can just be over something and then just be ready to quit. And I have quit on myself plenty times. There have been plenty times I quit on myself. Y'all ring the doorbell, hit the thumbs up, the like button. And I know that there has been plenty times that some of y'all have quit on yourself. But for me to do something and make myself stay true, be consistent, girl, you ain't got no choice. Exactly. She doing good, Miss Lynette. You missed her. Oh, she was on video yesterday. Um, but yeah, catch my video from yesterday. So, um, yeah, it's gonna be. And when I tell you I'm gonna knock your socks off with the story gonna be so good it's gonna knock y'all socks off. I'm just letting you know. I'm just saying. I am though, cause God is so good. God is truly amazing, and He has definitely, definitely been good to me. And you know what? I thank Him for being good to me and having favor on me because it shows me that I'm still happy with you, Tiana. I'm still, I'm still happy with you. And that means a lot to me to know that he's still happy with me. Because we can get beside ourselves sometimes and we still do what we supposed to do, but when he ain't showing himself or showering you with his blessings and stuff like that, it's almost like, where you at, God? Am I still being good? You know? You be looking for your rewards and stuff. Because that be confirmation to let you know that, you know, you doing good. I'm still pleased with you. So that made me happy to that he did what he did. So I got to prove to him this what I want, you know? So that's why I say I know it came from him because this is something that I have been saying repeatedly that I wanted to do. And he just he just he just he just did his thing. He just did his thing. So I gotta be appreciative. I gotta be thankful for where I'm at right now because I'm gonna be in a better place in a short time. in a short time. In a short time. So they better watch out because ain't nothing they can do because God is my driver. He is my driver. And as long as he's leading, I'm gonna be all right. I'm not leading my own self with this thing. No nothing. I ain't this yeah. Yeah. I'm following God on this. So just know that what I am doing, I'm following God on this one. And I know with him being the driver, baby, the destination is gonna be it's gonna be a beautiful thing. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Cause let me tell you something. I can believe and I know this. I know I'm gonna graduate. I'm only gonna have to take my test one time. I'm not gonna have to keep taking the test more than one time. I'm gonna pass that test the first time. And I know this. I know this because I had to follow God when I didn't know what I was gonna do. When we ended up buying this house, right? And I remember being scared the whole time. I remember um having to put all my faith in him and trust him and know that he gonna have to take care of everything. And I remember watching him work. I remember that. I remember seeing I remember seeing how the text was coming and everything to try to knock me out my square. But I had to stand 10 toes down and know that God was going to take care of me. I had to trust and I had to believe that. And as I went along the journey that he had me on, he taught me some things along the way. And one of the things that he had taught me was to trust him. He taught me to trust him because when you was in situations where you ain't got no control, basically, I have control if I do my work, but I have no control because I don't have no control. I have no control. I have no control. I have control if I study and pass my test, but who's to say that what I'm studying is going to be on the test? So that's why I say I have no control. So I have no control over this situation. So I just have to do my part and trust God and let God do the rest. Because when I trusted him before, I didn't know if I was gonna be homeless. I didn't know if me and my husband was gonna be living in a hotel, motel. I didn't know if me and my husband was gonna be living with people. I didn't know what we was gonna be at, y'all, because we literally got kicked out because they was selling the house that we was renting. So that was an all of a sudden thing for some people that really wasn't paying that much in rent. And now we got to jump out here in this world and go and be paying triple times the amount that we was paying because rent had started going up. So I was riding around, trying to find somewhere to stay and all this and that. Everywhere I went, it was a dead end, basically. Dead end. Because I was scared. And I was trying to take matters into my own hands when God, I didn't know. I didn't know that God had his hands on the situation until I threw the towel in and I was like, you know what? Ain't nothing I could do. And I'm just going to go head on and go on this route of becoming a homeowner. And when I made up my mind to do that, it's like God got in the driver's seat and was like, I've been waiting on you. I've been waiting on you. And it was scary. I ain't gonna lie. But I'm gonna tell you one thing. When God got control of something, he had already prepped you and made plans for you way before he set you out on your journey. He be done prepped and made preparations for you. You sit up there and be scared for nothing. We all do the same. We be scared for nothing. But we ain't got to be scared because he gonna get us where we need to go. He is gonna be our protector. He's gonna be our shield. He's gonna be on front line for everything, all attacks that try to come your way. He is on front line because he know that he have a place to take you. And he's not gonna let nothing. That's why I say that no matter what the enemy do, he can't do nothing to you when God is in control. He's not gonna let nothing come up against you. It may seem like you have attacks on you, but you ain't really feeling the attack for real. Because when the enemy come to attack, right? Yes, he's going to come, but when he come to attack, God already paved another path for you. You just got to be ready to take that turn, whichever turn he decide to make at that time to help you avoid the enemy. So if you sit back and watch, you will notice how the enemy is always a day early or a day late. He always late because God already know what he finna do. So he have to steer you in another direction, and you just have to just follow. Just follow. And then when you learn to follow him and just sit back as a passenger and watch God, that's when your eye will open up and be able to see the enemy when he come. So when you start noticing that God has set you on another path, when things start seeming like they going wrong, right? They really ain't. That be attacks. Things really don't be going wrong. It just be attacks. And the attacks is what's supposed to steal your focus. The attacks is what's supposed to steal your focus off of following God. That's the purpose of the attack. So if he can steal your focus by any little thing that he's doing, then he'll have you. He can steal you. He can try to take from you what God trying to give you. That's the only way that he can take from you what God trying to give you, is by stealing your mind, still causing some kind of confusion, making you upset and sad, make you drop or lose your faith because the situation looked like one thing when you thought it was going to be another. But if you continue to follow God, you will see that it really wasn't going to be something else. God has another plan for you because he just tired of him over here. God damn it. Let me go on this way, because I already know him and his little crew coming this way. He got somebody already set up down here on A Street when we trying to get to G Street right now. So we're gonna have to I needed to take the A Street so I can be on a straight path, but he coming this way and trying to cause some kind of confusion. So I need to cut through C Street to get on over to G Street, which you done dodged him and didn't even know it. You done dodged him. But he come in so many ways. He got people that he line up for you and everything. But you gotta keep on trucking. You gotta keep on knowing who you following and who gonna get you to where you need to get to. Because at the end of the day, the enemy show ain't trying to get you there. He trying to keep you from getting there. And the more you allow his attacks to steal your focus, the longer it's gonna take for you to make it to your destination. So that's just a little word for today, and some encouragement for myself, because at the end of the day, I know that this is a gift from God. God blessed my hands to be able to do this. I made up my mind, and I know God gonna take me where I need to go. So I got to keep on following him. And at the end of the day, I know that I am going to be rewarded. God want to give me this, but he is just like how a good parent should be. You don't just give and give and give to your kids because you can just give to them. He's my father. So I ain't going to just give it to her. I know that I got it because I believe that I am going to be a nail tech, but um at the same time, I don't know if I'm going to be. But I'm leaning more towards I know, because this is what I want. This is what I said I've been wanting. So for me to be in the position that I am in now and the path that I am on, I know that this is a gift from God, and I'm going to continue to stand on that and believe that. And he gonna reward me in the end. I gotta do my part, and he gonna reward me in the end. So I just thank God for that. I'm always gonna I don't know how many times I'm gonna keep telling y'all this, but I'm gonna tell you till I can't tell you no more, because I am thankful. I am thankful. And when you can't be thankful for the smallest things, how can you expect God to bless you with the big? Because you're ungrateful when you can't be thankful with the smallest things. And one thing about me, I thank God for being the person that I am. I am thankful for little things. It don't take much for me. And I'm thankful and I'm also thankful and grateful for the person that I am, because I'm always trying to see him in everything that I do. So, yeah. I'm done now, y'all. I'm done. But yeah, that's some real stuff though. Follow God. Yep. Hey, Miss Deanna. Yep. So beautiful thing, beautiful thing, beautiful thing, beautiful thing. Oh, and I was finna say, so listen. So I'm finna say, God already be preparing you for the journey that he gonna put you on, but we don't even pay attention to the fact that God be already prepared us for the journey that we gonna be on. And that's how you know that it be something that God be done allowed for you to do or have or whatever. Because right before, okay, look at this now. Right before we received the letter in the mail, y'all know this for a fact, for those of you that have been with me long enough. But right before we received the letter in the mail, not in the mail. Right before that Saturday, when they came and knocked on my door and gave me the letter letting me know that I had to move because they were selling the house. Right before that, I was going through my house, cleaning up and stuff like that, changing my dining room around, and I had turned my dining room into my office, right? So In the midst of me changing my dining room into the office, I actually had organized everything, organized all my paperwork, made a binder, a budget binder, a household binder, a binder that held everything that I needed, like as far as bills, all information, everything. It was organized between my husband and I, and receipts and everything about a car, however, everything like organized, right? Tax paperwork, everything organized, right? I had did all that. The next thing you know, not too much more longer after that, it wasn't no. I'm just gonna say a month, but I don't even think it was that long. Not too much more longer after that, I received the letter in the mail. But see that after I received that letter in the mail, and when I made up my mind to just go ahead on and go for this house buying thing, that's when it hit me. And I was like, God did this. God did this. And God knows the type of person that I am. Hello. God know me. Remember those words. Because when I come back and give y'all this testimony, I'm going to tell y'all the same thing. God know me. God know the type of person that I am. So God knows the type of person that I am. And he know what he have to do or give to me for me. He know what position he have to put me in order for me to get where he trying to take me. And it don't matter what it is. He know what you can and what you cannot take. That's why the Bible says that God would never put no more on you than you can bear, because he's not. How can God put more on you than you can bear when you trust in him to help you get there? So that means that he's not putting all that stress on you, because he's there by your side. He's there to be your comforter. He's there letting you know that I got this. Just follow me. I was through y'all, but that right there, I just remember, like, he he set me up because he know that I'm not a procrastinator. That's one thing about me. God knows, I know I'm not a procrastinator. If y'all know me, y'all, if you remember anything about me long all these years y'all been watching me, one thing y'all should know about me is I'm not a procrastinator. I can't stand procrastination. I'm not a last minute type of person. I can't stand wait until the last minute to have to do something that I know that I need to do. So I'm not a procrastinator. So what God did was let me go head on and uh and some kind of way I felt the need to turn my dining room into an office. And then next thing you know, um now that my life is organized, while she have some order, let's go head on and get her into this house buying process. That way, when they ask for anything, she ain't got to go be digging and scrambling through nothing and come late with what it is that they asking of her. So now her life is organized. She can go to her binder and get everything that they ask for. Don't have to look for nothing. When I tell y'all I ain't had to look for nothing, I ain't had to look for nothing because everything was right in one place. So when they say, hey, I need your tax paperwork from this year. Hey, I need this. Hey, I need that. Hey, I need that. I had everything already together. Only thing I had to do was turn a page. That's why I said I thank God. Because when God finna set you out on something, trust and believe he had already had you in preparation for what he done finish the journey that he gonna put you on. You have been on a pre-journey. You was on a pre-journey. He had to help get some things. He had to get you lined up first. He had to line some people up. He had to line a whole lot of. He had to. Let me tell you something. God don't just jump into some stuff. I don't think he do. I don't think he just. You seem like you just jumped out there, but he ain't just jumped out there. His blueprint is already rolled up, baby. We just don't know. I truly, honestly believe that he have him a blueprint because he know where he's trying to go, but some stuff may come in and distract him. So he know how to do his little thing. You know what I'm saying? He got his stuff together. You just ain't ready. You ain't prepared. But if you put your mind in the right place and you tell yourself, hey, I ain't got no control of this. Ain't nothing I could do with this. Only thing, your steps are already ordered. Thank you. That's exactly. My phone ain't on mute though. They hear me. But that's the that's what I'm talking about right now. He be done orders your steps. Happy Tuesday. He be done orders your steps. And only thing you got to do is get your mind lined up with your faith. When you line your mind up with your faith, then only thing you got to do from there is trust. Trust and keep on walking. Don't look to the left because looking to the left is problems. Don't look to the right because looking to the right is problems. Don't look behind you because behind you is the problem that you was leaving. You got to look forward and keep on walking and have faith and trust in the Lord and know that He's going to get you to your destination. But see, there be, you be in a little storm at the time. You see what I'm saying? That's when we be talking about, oh, we going through something. We got our little problems. It's our it be your season. It be your season. But you got to walk through that storm because if you just think, I used to describe this to y'all. You got to think of your storms, your problems, and stuff like that you got going on as just think of it like a tornado, right? So the outside winds, they be, you get a little rain and wind and stuff like that from the outside winds, depends on, well, yeah, you might get hit a little hard every now and then from the outside winds. That's where we started. We walking into this storm. See, God had already prepared us before we got to it, right? So imagine being wherever you at, enjoying yourself, having a good time. But then next thing you know, boom, all of a sudden a storm coming, right? You was on the outside. So now you got to walk into the storm. You're going to get hit by everything you could think of. But you got to walk through the storm because as you continue to walk, the more and more you start getting halfway there. Oh, baby, you best believe it's going to get even worse because the halfway mark is the middle of the storm. If you think of it like a tornado, that's the eye of it, right? So it's even rougher when you get to the eye, right? Okay, so just know that your problems is going to get even worse when you get to the eye because as you get closer and closer to the finish line, them attacks is going to continue to get harder and harder because he don't want you to get there. But we got to keep walking. We got to keep walking. That's why you got to keep your feet planted. Don't let him knock you down. Don't let him get you out your spot. Don't let him get to your mind because that's the only way that he can destroy you is through your mind. He only destroys us mentally. Ain't nothing that he can do to us physically because God got us protected. But if you allow him to get to you mentally, then he can get to you physically. So don't let him steal your mind. Keep walking. And as you walk past that eye of the storm, you start getting to them outside winds again, where it's going to start lightening up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Until you make it through. You got to get out that storm, because if you stop in the middle of the storm, and your problems ain't going to stop. Once you decide to stand back up and put your faith and trust back in the Lord, you got to finish that journey. You ain't you may even have to start all over again. And who wants to start over? Don't nobody want to start over from the beginning, when you done made it halfway through and could have kept on walking and been through. That's why I say our problems sometimes be on us, how long they last, because we be so quick to give up and don't want to have faith and keep fighting for better. So you got to continue to fight to have better. God ain't just gonna give us nothing, because He want us to know who took us there, who led us, who helped us get there, how we made it. And at the end of the day, the same people that you're going to be looking for to help you, to rescue you, to have your back, to lend you money, to let you come and live with them same people, them same family members, mama, daddy, uncle, auntie, cousin, brother, nephew, niece, all of them, friend, them same ones ain't gonna be there. They ain't gonna be there. I'm gonna tell you why. Because we so naturally uh look for our those people to be there for us when we can't be there for ourselves. And God, what He do is He remove them. He make them tell you no. He make it where that ain't no way for them. Because you want to know why? Because He already got His angels lined up along the way for you. Yes, He already got His angels lined up for you. He already know who He is using to help you. And the same people that He used to help you, it be people you don't even know. You better ask me how I know. You best to ask me how I know. Because the same lady that we needed to help us with our house, I ain't know this lady. I ain't know her from a can of paint. And this lady said, you know what? They wrong for what they doing. Give me the phone number. I call them and talk to them myself. And when that woman called them and talked to them themselves, honey, it wasn't even 2 seconds later, she come calling me back. Oh, it's handled. I ain't know this lady from a can of paint. But it's going to be people that you don't even know that's going to help you along your journey. Because at the end of the day, they're not going to get the credit for it. They're not going to get the credit for it. You're not going to give that person that you don't know credit for what God has done, because you don't know them. What you're going to say is, I thank God for that person that came and helped me, because I didn't know them from a can of paint and they didn't have to do this for me, but they did. So I thank God. I thank God. I thank God is going to be your words. You ain't gonna say, "Oh, I sure thank my auntie for my auntie show. I ain't know how I was gonna pay. I sure thank my mama. I thank my nephew." You see, if it was one of them, you would give them the credit for being there. But when it's somebody you don't know, you say, "I thank God," because you know that was nothing but a person that was sent by Him to be a blessing to you. So in the end, God is going to get the glory for everything that He has done for you, because He has removed those people that you thought was going to be there out the way. And He blessed you with the people that you didn't even know, so that at the end of this journey, He's going to receive the praise. You're going to get an understanding of what He has done for you. And now, when the next time you will set out on a journey, you know to trust Him. You know to trust Him. He do what He do, because only thing He wants you to do is trust Him. That's it. That's all he asked for. So I thank the Lord for this word today. Ooh, try my edges, baby. I don't. I thank the Lord for this word today, though, because for one, even though it's coming out of my mouth, it's for me to remember, and for two, I just thank Him for using me. I thank Him for using me because I know He used me. He's using me to be a blessing to somebody else. So whether, yeah, yeah, just know everything gonna be all right. Trust Him and walk by faith. Let me tell you something. Walking by faith does not mean that you know what is going to happen the next second. That does not. That's not what walking by faith means. Walking by faith does not mean that um um things ain't gonna look funny. That does not that's not walking. That's not what walking by faith means. Walking by faith means no matter what the situation look like, you trust and believe, and you know that the Lord is got you covered, and He's going to take you where He needs to take you. You're going to get there by trusting Him, by having faith in Him, by already believing in the unseen. That's what having faith is. So, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep. So, smile. Smile through your problems. Smile through your pain. Smile through it all. Because when you put God's name up in it, you be like, Lord, help me. You don't send out a whole. It's like you don't you. It's like you blew a horn to him, and he like, oh what? What you? Oh, hold up, wait a minute, over here, Susie. Okay, hold up, wait a minute, Susie. Your problems ain't that bad right now, okay? I got you on the path. Just hold on. We're going to put a pause to you for a second, okay? Just keep on walking because I know you trust me. You believe me. You almost there, girl. I know you ain't going nowhere because you steady walking. No matter what they done hit you, you steady going, okay? So, Susan, hold on one second. But my child over here needs me right now. I need to set them out on their journey before they fall, before they do something that they really don't want to do. So let me go ahead on and set them out on their journey. I'll be back to you in a minute, Susan. But let me go on and set her on her journey real quick because she needs to be getting started now. Okay? She needs to get started now because she don't forgot that who's in control. She don't forgot. So I need to remind her of who is that I got to always. Okay. So let's go ahead on and set her out on this journey. Let me tell y'all something. Let me tell you, let me go back to the house real quick. So y'all sit up here and y'all worry about your whole house just falling apart. Maybe your car falling apart, whatever. Maybe your relationship falling apart. And every time it seems like things going right, next thing you know it's going wrong. And you say, I pray about it, I pray about it, I pray about it, and God remove this, or God do this, or God do that, and God be doing what we ask Him to do. But see, when we take matters into our own hands, that's when we bring them problems right back, right? So, um, what was I finna say? I was finna say some child see is trying to slip my mind. Hold on, come on back to me, come on back to me, come on back to me, come on back to me. Um, Lord, get back to me. My mind just went somewhere. You know, I be rambling and stuff. What was I finna say? What was I finna say? But he got the Paul Susie over there. All right, we might got to go back to that part so I can remember. We got the Paul Susie. I forgot what I was finna say. But anyway, however, trust them, child. Okay? Trust them. And if you know what I was finna say, that's exactly what I was finna say. That's exactly what I finna say. God don't test you. He allows you to be tested as a token of your faith in him, to be trusted, to walk alone. He is watching over you when you're about to fail. That is when he catches you. Amen. God, good morning, Tiana. How are you? I'm doing good, Regina, and yourself. Hey, Kay. Always remember, he will never leave you nor forsake you. Amen. Yes, ma'am. Okay. Then he picks you up. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Most definitely, Akima. Most definitely. That's how he do. That's exactly how he do right there. So you gonna be all right. Oh, I know what I was gonna say. So your house and stuff, that's what I was gonna say. So your house and stuff be crumbling down around you, your marriages, relationships, friendships, however you pray, tell them you pray for stuff, remove people out your life and all of that. Your house be crumbling. It be crumbling because it be time for you to let it go. But we just be holding on to stuff sometimes that shouldn't be held on to. Because we be scared. Out of fear, naturally, we're human. So we get scared. We think that, oh Lord, I gotta stay in this regular house. I know it got rats and roaches and all of that. The plumbing ain't working, all this and that. But then, it's sometimes it bees like that because God want to put you somewhere better. He allow all this stuff to just be just messing up because he got something better. So you just have to step out on faith and make your move and know. And one thing about God, when you don't make no move, he will move you. He will move you. He will put you in an uncomfortable position where you ain't got no choice but to make a move. That's why we go through what we go through. The situation was so uncomfortable. Let me tell you something. Right before I organized my paperwork, right, that reminded me of this. Right before I organized my paperwork, God had put me in a situation where we was on a live talking about buying a house and stuff like that, right? I had got the cold feet and was scared. Any excuse made me back out of it. I ain't want to look into it no more because I was scared. But God was like, because I thought by you having a conversation with them, you was gonna do this. You was all hyped up, amped up, everything ready to go. But then next thing you know, any little thing made you back out. No, because this was supposed to be something to help you make your mind up to get on your stuff. But I wasn't finna do that. So God was like, you know what? He had to push me. And he pushed me by having them people come knock on my door that Saturday and give me that paper and tell me that I had to move. And then when I went out and trying to find somewhere to stay, and everywhere I went, it was dead end, or I can even be the first person there, I still wasn't getting it. You want to know why? Because I was leading myself. That's not what God wanted for me. God wanted me to call that realtor that brought those people to the house that had gave me her car, which ended up being my realtor. That's what God wanted me to do. God wanted me to follow them steps. And once I started following them steps, everything just started falling into place. It just started falling into place. It was nothing that I had to do. I just had to follow. Anything they come ask me for, I already had that ready because I had already prepared myself. He had prepared me. I had already organized my life. So it was nothing hard for me. Anything I had to do, it was just like this. They called me 1 minute. I was like this. They was like, dang, girl, you on your stuff. And I tell them all the time, I'm not a procrastinator. That's what I kept telling them. And it was like, I see. And the lady that was my realtor, she was like, you're going to be a funny landlord. I don't know what, I mean, a funny homeowner. I don't know what she meant by that. But she was like, you're going to be a funny homeowner. A funny homeowner. And I was like, I don't play. I be on my stuff. I'm not a procrastinator. If I have to do something, I'm doing what I got to do. I don't wait around on the last day, the last minute, the last hour, and then throw a pity party because I'm late. Like, no, let me go ahead on and get you what you asking for. I got you. So God knew that I was that type of person. So like I said, he had already set all this up. But let me tell you something. One thing that I said was, and I stand on this, God did what he did because he knew what me and my husband couldn't afford. Because me and my husband know we was not living on no kind of assistance from the government, but we were living in a reasonable enough house. It was good enough for us. It may have not been the best, but god dang it, it was good enough for us. And I was thankful. We was thankful for what we had. We made do with what we had. We made it look the best. The yard, the yard had so many holes in the yard. We had done cup filled in all the holes in the yard. We had done put our little flowers and stuff out there around the front of the house. They might didn't live, but we put us some out there. We had done went through that house and repainted the whole inside of that house, and it wasn't even none of ours. You know what I'm saying? But we had done went and repainted the whole inside of the house, and then if you want to throw up in there, we had done bought us a nice refrigerator that we didn't even know one even gonna be able to fit up in there. We had to take the doors off of it to fit it through the doorway. But God has set us up. He had set us up before we actually made our move, because what he was setting us up for was to dodge what's going on today. And I tell my husband that all the time. I thank God because God has set us up to dodge this $1,200, $1,500, $2,000 rent every month, knowing that we would have been scraping and struggling to try to make it when he already was using me. God already was using me. He was using me because I was taking care of my grandmother. So how can I put her in this position to be able to pay this high behind? How can she be in a position where she have to pay this high behind rent and don't get out and work nobody's 9 to 5? I was only doing YouTube at the time, and YouTube was an opportunity that had just fell in my lap too. Because God knew that what he needed for me to do. He knew that he needed me to be a caregiver. He knew that he needed me to be a stay-at-home wife. He knew that, and then y'all wonder why, how? Because I'm blessed and highly favored. That's how. When I got this house, did I take the credit for anything? Was I boastful or braggy? No, I was not. I told y'all that this house was a blessing to us from God. And everything that I had asked God for before I even knew that I was even going to have a house, everything I asked God for, I used to be in the kitchen on live with y'all. Lord, I can't wait till you bless me with a big kitchen. Lord, I can't wait for this. Lord, I can't wait for that. This is what I used to say, but I was just talking. And everything that I used to ask God for, God gave it to me and some. He gave it to me. And I know that this was given to me because specifically what I was asking him for, y'all, he gave it to me. I ain't asking for the fireplace, but God gave me that. God gave me that. I ain't used it yet, but I know it's gonna get used one day. But God gave me everything that I asked for. I even asked for stuff all the way down to my cat. And he gave me that. He gave me that. The one thing that I asked God for was an enclosed porch for my cat, big enough space for her to feel free to run like she's outside. God gave me that. I specifically asked God for a porch that was separated. One side had air conditioning, one side that don't have air conditioning where it's screened in. God gave me just that. So when I came to this house and I looked around and I noticed all the little things that this house had, and then I remembered what I was praying for, God gave me everything I asked for. That's why when I walked over the threshold of that door and those chills came over me, and before I was even able to see the house, the lights was off, everything. The floor was messed up and all. I didn't see none of that. Only thing I saw was when I walked through the door and those chills had came over my body, the words that came out of my mouth, I told my husband, I said, babe, this is it. This is it. This is it. He was like, babe, how you know? How you know this is it? You ain't even seen the house. I was like, I just know this is it. So as I started walking through the house, I started, seeing the things and stuff. And then I remember going outside on the porch. And right before we got here, the sirens and stuff was going off like we was finna have a tornado, right? It had got dark, like it was finna rain, because we was at the other house before we got here. So it had got dark like it was finna rain, so it had started sprinkling. So we had rain on up in the other house and started looking at the other house. So as we was leaving that house, we ended up having to go back to the house that we was renting to go get something. I forgot what it was, but we had to go get something. And so once we left there, we came back to this house, right? Mind you, that this house was the house. Mind you, that this house was the house that I had wanted to see, that I had found myself, and I had told my realtor, because she had some houses that she had took me to see before I showed her this house. So she was like, "Well, I got a few more houses." I was like, "Well, I got a house that I want you to want to show you, or whatever, that I want to go see." And so she was like, "Okay then." So she pulled over. She was like, "I'm finna call my realtor friend to see if he got any houses." I was like, "Okay." So in the meantime, in between time, I had showed her the house that I want to see, right? So she was like, "Okay, we'll go there next. The house is really right around the corner." Okay. So when by that time I done gave her the house, her realtor friend had done called her back, let her know like, "Hey, I got this house right here if you want to go and look at it. Ain't nobody been in there for like 2 years or something like that. It's just been sitting there or whatever." So she was like, she was like, "Okay, we'll go see it." When we pulled up, it's the same house I just gave her the address to. Okay. The same house. That storm that was acting like it was coming, because by the time we made it to this house, honey, the sun had started back shining. No, yeah, the sun had started back shining. The sun started back shining, but when I was on the back porch, the siren thing was going off. But ain't no storm never come. That was a distraction to keep me from getting here, because it was supposed to rain or act like it was gonna rain so it can end our journey to get to this house. I was only right around the corner from it, baby. And God had led me right here. And when I walked through that door and I said, "This is it," let me tell y'all something. It didn't take me no month. It didn't take me no year. It didn't take me no couple of weeks. I found my house in 2 days. In 2 days. And when I tell y'all a deal, the deal was so good it made my neighbor mad. Okay? The deal was so good it made my neighbor mad. And you ask me how your neighbor know. My neighbor know because my neighbor was best friends with the people that lived here. And she knew their kids. So that's how the neighbor know what I paid. And the neighbor was like, "Y'all, you don't need to sell it to them for that, because that's gonna devalue my house, bring the value down of my house." But she just didn't know that we wasn't those type of people. So once we got up in here, she realized that we ain't what she thought we was. We ain't we what we was gonna be. How whatever she must have thought. We want none of that. So God did his big one. Because when I tell you that I ain't got to worry about nothing, I ain't got to worry about nothing. I ain't got to worry about no taxes. I ain't got to worry about my mortgage being superly expensive. I don't have to worry about nothing. My house is old. I love that. But I ain't got to worry about nothing. And I wanted an old house. You wonder why I wanted an old house? Because the old houses was built stronger than the new houses. Yes, them new houses, they be nice. High ceilings, but high light bill. Okay, let's not forget about that part. But yes, them new houses, they be new. But the new houses, honey, a little wind knocked them down. See, the old houses, they was built right. They was built right. Them old houses, they don't stood the test of the storms. The new houses, they ain't been through many storms. But them old houses, they done been through some storms. So my house, my house good. Mine's good. And I thank the Lord for every inch of it. Only thing I don't like is them dang on tall trees that hovers it on one side that make them big old cockroaches come up in here, baby. But ain't nothing I can do about that right there. But other than that, I thank him for every piece of it. All the way down to the roses in the front yard that I ain't asking for. Child, them roses ain't received nothing but probably about a day of water from me. And they still thriving. So I thank God for every every inch of it. Every inch. Because it's a more than enough for me and my husband. And I thank him for that blessing. But I gotta go, y'all, because I wanted to be early today. I was just talking to y'all that I wanted to have y'all the time that get there early and be there for about an hour. And try, I'm finna be on time. I ain't even finna be early. I wanted to be early today, but I'll be early tomorrow. Cause tomorrow, you know what? I'm finna start getting up early, and I was supposed to do that today, but tomorrow. I'm finna start getting up an extra hour early than what I normally do. And that's gonna be my regular schedule. Start getting up extra early. And that way I could be just like the old people. Okay. I'm just talking about y'all because I love my old people and I worked with y'all when I was at Walmart, right? And them old people, oh, they don't play. Baby, they gets to work early. They be sitting down in the break room, honey. They be at work a whole hour extra early, probably more than that. But a whole hour extra early to work, be sitting in the break room, child, drinking their coffee. Okay. Don't forget your snacks, baby. Snacks stay packed and ready, girl. It's already in my bag. My snacks already in the bag, child. But yeah. So good topic today. Thank the Lord for that. You know, good discussion. It came out of nowhere, but that's how it be when he be wanting you to talk about stuff. It be so random, but it was good. I enjoyed it, and once again, like I said, I thank him for using me though. So, with all that being said, y'all have an amazing day. Somebody needed to hear it. Up. Y'all have an amazing day. I'm going to have an amazing day. I am going to have an amazing day. I have to tell myself that, y'all, because we ain't even finna say why I have to tell myself, but I am going to have an amazing day. I am. So I'm gonna do my thing today. Today Tuesday. You know, Tommy ain't got no job, but Tommy got shit to do. You know. Positive thoughts. That's right. So, child, my shirt is so wrinkly today, but today it's almost like it ain't about the clothes, child. It ain't about the clothes. So, I need to find me some. I think I'm just y'all. Let me go because I'm really procrastinating now. All right. I love y'all. Y'all have a good one, and I will see y'all in the next one. All right. Peace out, and don't forget, keep your faith, trust, and always walk with your head high, cause God got you. All right. No matter what the situation look like.